Coach John Harbaugh dishing about Lamar Jackson. You're going to want to hear this. Take a listen.
I truly believe Lamar wants to finish his career in Baltimore. I just believe that in my conversations with him and just watching him and talking with him and communicating. I think John feels that way too. So all of those things kind of work together for me.
I have every faith that it's going to get done, and we've got the best people in the world doing it. I mean, Eric DeCosta is nobody better. And Eric wants him here, I want him here, Steve wants him here, and Lamar wants to be here. So it's going to work out.
We will see, won't we? All right, Shannon, what is your reaction to what Harbaugh and DeCosta had to say?
What people say and what people do is something entirely different, Skip.
Yep.
Nothing says the job wants you better than money. I don't care. Oh, we'd love to have you. You have everything. We looked at your resume, and it's impeccable. We love that you went to Harvard. We love that you have training. We love that you did this and this. All your experience is unbelievable. But we can only pay you that. You don't want me. You don't want me. Skip, we've seen people stand before the altar, the judge or a minister and profess their love until death do us part, for sickness and in health, and rich and for poor. But what does your actions say?
Yep.
Man, I want to get up out this thing. You keep telling, look, you tell Lamar, we want you. Steve Bisciotti, who's the owner, wants you. Eric DeCosta, who's the general manager, wants you. John Harbaugh, the head coach, wants you. That ain't what the contract say. The contract say y'all perfectly fine if I walk out the door. Skip, my grandfather said a lot of things, but one of the best things he told me and my brother, he said, boys, I see better than I hear. He said, I told y'all to take that trash out. I told y'all to cut that grass, and y'all told me when I got back it was going to be done. I see the trash in the corner. I see the grass ain't been cut. Lamar said, I see better than I hear. I hear everything that y'all saying, and it sounds good. But when I looked at that contract, that didn't match what y'all was saying. So at the end of the day, it's just words. That phone, Keith David at NDRE, you got to tell me something more than words. I already heard that. I already heard it. Make the money right.
Yeah. So John Harbaugh, whom you know pretty well, his quote was yesterday, it's a 200% chance that Lamar stays in Baltimore. 200%. Says who? Says you.
Yeah,
right?
you ain't cutting.
Says you. Okay.
You ain't got to put a quarter of a bill in escrow.
So this is nothing but the start of the offseason PR battle because they're trying to put all the onus back on Lamar.
You know how it goes. So.
Hey,
we want him.
We love him. He loves us. He loves playing here. We want him, and it's going to happen. I give it a 200% shot. Well, all of a sudden, the ball goes back in Lamar's court, the PR ball, and now Raven Nation is saying, okay, Lamar, is this true?
Lamar said he don't need 200%. He need 200 million.
200 million, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Man, it just doesn't feel right to me. I know they said all the right things because what else are they going to say?
Exactly.
We got a problem here? They're not going to say that. Eric DeCosta did say it takes two to tango. Well, it does, but you got to be the first one to tango, right?
What music? Lamar said, you know the music I like to dance to. And right now, y'all ain't playing it. So I'm on the sideline. Hey, I'm on the wall. Now, everybody got that one song. I don't care. Man, I ain't dancing tonight. But they hit that song.
I know. Then you go.
Your boy out there.
Yep, I know.
Right now, Lamar hadn't heard it.
Okay, so we're heading headlong toward Tagville here. And you got the non-exclusive tag, which they could try, which is much cheaper for them. It's only 30 to 35 million, but it gives you the right to shop.
Right.
And if somebody says, yeah, we do want you for X, then they have the right to match that.
Right.
But if they don't want to match it, they can get 2 firsts back for you.
Right.
Okay. Then there's the exclusive one, which is 45 million, and you are theirs.
Right.
And I got to tell you, from the Lamar I've been closely observing, if you put that tag on him, he's not going to be a happy camper. Nope. Right? You're going to go through much the same kind of year you just went through because this is still under his market value at 45 million.
So so if it's 45 million, let's just say in the next year it's 55 million. That's 100 million. And on top of that, so at the bare minimum, he said at least, I'm looking at 160 million, at least fully guaranteed. That's at bare minimum. That's going to get me to pick up your phone. Because as a matter of fact, I'm going to change my number. Because I don't want nobody to call me. Mama, you got my number, and if anybody asks for it, you don't have it. I'm going to see how serious you guys are. I ain't gonna get on social media. I ain't tweeting nothing about give me my money. Y'all know what I did. Take care of me, and I take care. I'm done talking.
Okay, and then there's the final avenue here, and that would be for them to shop him,
Right.
to trade him.
Right.
It just feels like it's hitting that kind of wall to me.
Right.
That's where it feels like it should head, because I think they played their cards. They showed you, no, we're not going to do this. They could have saved their season by giving him his money down the stretch of the season, because you picked him at midseason to go win the Super Bowl because they're good enough.
Yep.
I hate to say it because I picked Cincinnati, but if Lamar had been happy, like he wasn't completely healthy, but if he'd been happy with the new deal, I think he would have played, and I think Cincinnati would have had a hard time of winning that game.
All I know is that when he got hurt, they was leading the division.
Yep.
Everything. I don't know whatever happened. We saw what happened after that. But they were winning the division, even after blowing several of those games, blowing that game to Miami, blowing that game to Jacksonville.
They did.
They still had the lead in the division.
They had the lead. And if you add him to the mix or re-add him to the mix, I think they might have taken off.
I believe they win the division because I don't believe Pittsburgh beat them with Lamar Jackson. I don't believe Pittsburgh beat them in Baltimore. And I'm not so sure that the Bengals would have beaten them last week.
Okay, so the owner did not want to pay for that right to go win whatever you could win, right?
Okay.
Ravens fans want him back, I am sure, but football fans everywhere just want to see him on a football field.
And Greg Roman stepped down.
He stepped down. Good point.
Indeed. Yes, absolutely, Shannon. All right, let's talk about your Lakers next, Shannon. Do you think they have a prayer of beating John Morant and the Grizzlies tonight?
Seriously?
Let's discuss coming up next. Fired as the Bucks offensive coordinator. Now we've learned that 5 other coaches on staff have also been let go, and 3 others, including QB coach Clyde Christensen, have decided to retire. All right, Shannon, does this change your opinion about the situation in Tampa at all?
No. I thought everybody told me Tom Brady doesn't need no coach. That's what I've kept hearing all the time. Tom Brady's the coach. Tom Brady's the coach. Let Tom Brady call the plays. Let Tom did so good. You remember the 2 minutes when he was just calling all the plays? Now all of a sudden, still, at some point, people, can we acknowledge that Tom didn't play well? We keep talking about they couldn't run the ball. Skip, did you know the year they won the Super Bowl, I think they were 29th in rushing. They ran the football so well, but they were 29th in rushing. They happened to be 32. Hold on, let me get this right. And they were tied for 28th in 2020. There was 26th in 2021. There was 32nd in 2022. In 2019, they were 24th. So they really never had a top 20 rush offense. The year before Tom got there and throughout Tom tenure there. But hold on. So what player did Byron Leftwich ask for? So it was Byron Leftwich's fault that the offensive line got hurt, and the players that they replaced him with, he didn't draft those players, but we're going to put that on B. So who reached out to Julio Jones, and Julio couldn't stay healthy this year? Who signed Russell Gage in the offseason?